Today is March 14th, going to day 34, carnivore diet. Still feeling great. So, wow. Yeah. So, if you guys been watching the news and everything, like I said in the last video, try to just keep safe out there. I still don't understand the whole toilet paper thing. I mean, it's just so weird. Um, but yeah, just keep safe, keep clean, just make sure you guys are being safe out there. Also, wish me luck because tomorrow, me, my mom, my girlfriend, and her little sister were actually all going to Disney World tomorrow morning to try to ride the new Mickey and Minnie's uh, Runaway Train ride because we figure the park's gonna be closed till the end of March, and some of the videos and stuff I found online, there's not really any crowds, so maybe hopefully we'll be able to ride it and maybe ride some other stuff. So wish us luck with that. Um, so another thing, I was going through Netflix and I was also going through iTunes and some other stuff and talking about the Fathead documentary and then talking about the Fat documentary kind of got me thinking about the other propaganda, documentary films that are out there that are, they have a narrative and we all know who they're being funded by and like what they're being pushed by. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to kind of look at the other side, because I know I'm on the carnivore diet and I feel great, but there's people that I know and there's other people that are still on the vegan diet and the vegetarian diet and maybe one day they'll see the light, but that's his or her own decision. No one really knows. I mean, we really don't know what the ramifications are of like how long any diet's really going to last. But I thought it'd be fun to start reviewing some of these documentaries and starting to go through them. So one that I found that I remember hearing about, but I never watched it, was called Forks Over Knives. It's a documentary that came out 2011. Um, and this documentary, guys, if you haven't seen it, it is super vague. I mean, obviously the main agenda is like, plant-based diets, whole food plant-based diets. They make that very clear that you have to go to Whole Foods, the grocery store, which has meat at it, but you have to go to Whole Foods to buy the groceries there to live a long and healthy life. It's unbelievable. I mean, how much they're just throwing it down. But so a couple key things. The opening act obviously wants to get you. Starts off with a quote from Good Morning America. Average American today carries 23 extra pounds of weight. Association for International Cancer Research, 215,000 new cases of prostate cancer every year. But sorry about that. There is a huge quote in the opening title that also says the statements expressed in the film are not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice. Professional medical advice. The entire documentary is about doctors saying that you should be on a plant-based diet. Then what's the point of having that? What, why are you going to have all of your research, all of these MDs, all of these doctors in very high fields? I mean, who is it? Terry Manson, MD. He is like the health advisor for Chicago, which, funny enough, in a little research I did, he has had some scandals about missing vaccinations. So that was interesting. But he's a huge advocate for all vegan. But you say the statements expressed in this film are not. Then why are you showing cases of people on an all vegan diet supposedly beating diabetes? Another example they show, obviously, is they always want to show how, these vegan athletes. There's a UFC fighter named Mac Dezing. Um, this poor guy. While I was watching, I tried to research some of the people in there and try to figure out the different things. And this poor guy, man, he retired from UFC a little while ago, but he's not doing good. He's not doing good at all. I mean, the last report was he's just barely making minimum meat, like just minimum vegetable, and taking care of his daughter and stuff. And it's really sad. And the more I started looking into it, I mean, obviously a lot of their research is doctors just having these two, or I think there's like two or three cases of people that they had do a whole foods diet, like they said before. But I mean, they're coming off a standard American diet. I mean, the opening act, they have a gentleman. It's still a little vague to just read into it because he's like, oh, I had to drink these two Red Bull cans, and then I had to drink like 3 cans of Coke just to get started for the day. And like, I kind of get that, from somebody that was in the military. We all drink Monster, and then like, nowadays you have people that, they have to have their coffee to sit, but like, that is such a huge statement to start with in the morning. But yeah, of course, anybody coming off the American diet, onto any diet period, you're gonna see great results. You know why? Because you've been eating crap for so long that now that you've switched over to a healthy diet, whether it is a vegan diet or a whole foods diet or a carnivore diet or a paleo diet, you're switching from processed foods and processed products like French fries and cookies and all that, and you're switching over to healthy stuff. Of course you're going to lose weight. Of course you're going to feel great. And of course you're going to have all the aspects. But what is the long term? And I thought in this documentary, they had a couple cases where they talk about this huge long research data they did in China, where all they did was find out all the different types of cancer that are strewn across the entire country. But I don't, it's really vague because, in China eats a lot of meat, and like, they have a lot of vegetables and they have a lot of other stuff. But, the one of the researchers, one of the MDs doing it, what was his name? That's not him. Sorry, I didn't write his name. It might have been Lee. No, Lee Fingures was the gentleman I told you about that drank the Red Bulls and stuff. But he lived in China, did great. And then he moved to America. He started getting fat, but all they keep showing are pictures of fast food restaurants. Oh yeah, of course. If you just go to fast food every day, yeah, you're gonna feel horrible. That should just be a given. Like, people, and then they always, in every documentary too, even like Super Size Me, and now in this one, and I believe it, I'm gonna have to muster up the courage to finally watch Game Changers. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces, and it kind of irritates me just now when like you see so many people debunking it. But I hate when they always use like the middle class or the uneducated. They like just keep calling them stupid. You know? It's just like, you're stupid. I know what's best for you. This is what you should do. Listen to me. Give me your money. All right, bye. You know? Oh, did it work? Oh, shit. Give me some more money and I'll give you some pills. It's just so annoying. And we wonder why there's so many people that are just constantly trying to get away from doctors. Like, we don't want to keep taking pills. Like, the pills and the supplements, like, they're not going to fix everything. And making processed meat and making fake meat, like that's supposedly made out of plants, like that's not going to, we're just making more crap, guys. Like, we're just making more crap for the crap that we're already taking. Like, how is that making any sense? Like, oh man, it had me so irritated watching it, but I even brought it up in one of the carnivore Facebook groups, and man, the people just started going at it. And a lot of them all were just watched it, became a vegan for years, and eventually my health started to deteriorate. And that's pretty much what most of them always say. It's just like they started doing vegan, felt really great, and then just kept forcing themselves to do it. And then eventually got to a point where they just couldn't, and they had to start eating meat again. And I mean, like I always say, I'm not a nutritionist and I'm not a doctor or anything. I'm just, I'm going to school, so hopefully I can, maybe bring more light to this. And that's a whole other reason why I do this channel, is to try to bring some kind of information. But like, I'm an average guy. I mean, this is just stuff you can look up, watch, and then hopefully research yourself instead of just being like, yes, holy vegetable, I shall worthy thee. Like, oh man, it's just so annoying. And that opening statement really irritated me. Like, the statements expressed in this film, like, come on, every single person, you made sure they had MD, doctor. These doctors are doing this. This doctor's doing this research. This doctor's getting it. Like, then don't say that. Like, if you want this to be something that you want people to believe and really put their heart into, then tell them that these doctors are really making a difference and don't say, maybe you should listen to them. Maybe they know what they're talking about. We don't really know, but you paid to see it, so good luck. Yeah. Um, well, I don't want to keep crapping on it. I mean, like, there's some good aspects of it. I mean, we should really be talking about dieting more and more. I mean, we should really have more physical activity. That's a big thing that I always think people should do. I'm always going to be hyping on that every single video from now on. Get out there and do something. Do something. No matter what your diet is, do something, okay? And maybe through doing something, you'll realize, like, oh man, when I ate this meal, I walked a lot faster. Or man, when I ate that big juicy ribeye, I went to the gym, I performed better. Just figure it out. But don't watch a documentary and just automatically believe that it's the gospel. Please, if anything. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. Like I said before, wish me luck for tomorrow. If I don't make another video tomorrow, then I'm obviously on quarantine from going to Disney World. But like I always say, guys, since this is another time saying it, I'm an average guy. I'm nothing special. I'm just trying to figure out how to live long, train hard, and make another day. So be safe out there, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Later.